You're in for a treat today, folks. We're here at the office of Kevin Toll Reads. I'm going to give you another updated bookshelf tour. So let's dive right into this thing. So up here in the background of most of my videos, it's my Ed McBain collection, 87th Precinct up here. I have some of those. I don't even have half of them. I have about 19 or 20. And then I have a ton of hard case crime novels. I have a bunch of the Corey series, not even half of it. Some Mickey Spillane, James Kessnell, Lawrence Block, A Girl with Deep Blue Eyes. Don't ever read that. That is a raunchy book. Anyways, a bunch of these I need to get to. Really like, this is kind of my pulp noir, hard case crime kind of section. Sorry for the lighting, it's flickering. And so now we'll go over here to this shelf that you don't normally get to see. So let me back out first so you can kind of... So I have 3 shelves over here. And so this is my Jim Butcher Dresden Files collection. I have some Star Trek novels. I haven't read these yet, but I definitely would like to at one point. The Philip Pullman Dark Materials trilogy, some David Gemmell, some Raymond Feist, and then I have some R.A. Salvatore over here. And down below, I have some novelizations, Terminal Man, Strain Trilogy, some Robert Krass, some Gabriel Allon novels. I'd like to read those soon. And then I have all of my Lee Child novels. Sorry, my stomach's growling. Jeffrey Archer. I have some of his. William Warwick. Some standalones. Cain and Abel trilogy. And then I have a bunch of John Grisham. Some of my favorites. And then I have a couple Cork O'Connor, William Kent Kruger novels. I have the first 3, and then I have the first 3 Tracy Crosswhite novels over there. I don't know why Zane Grey and Lonesome Dove are over here. They need to be over by my Western section, but to each his own. Lonesome Dove's coming in next month. Got a group read with some buddies. It's going to be fun. But that is this shelves over here, which you don't normally get to see. Okay, well over here we have my Western section. This little homemade shelf here. There's my Sackett series books, and then Sackett Companion. There is the rest of Louis L'Amour's kind of standalone and collections down there. That's my kind of Louis L'Amour shelf. And now we'll move up here to this top shelf. I have 2 of them that spans across this wall that I put up several months ago. Millennium series, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Brad Thor, Scott Horvath series, a bunch of Dean Koontz novels. Dean Koontz is starting to become a really good writer. I enjoy him from what I've read so far. Then I've got some Jeffrey Deaver novels, some Lincoln Rhyme novels, some Scott Smith, a couple CJ Box novels. I'm still trying to work my way and collect those, but that's a series I'll probably get to maybe in 2026. Ken Follett novels. Really like Ken Follett historical fiction. I have his Century novels, several of his Pillars of the Earth series. I know it's not called that, but I have some standalones from him as well. I like Ken Follett. He's wordy, but he's good. It does capture your attention. Then I have a bunch of Agent Pendergast novels. I used to have all of these in mass market paperback. There's about 24, 25 of them. I also have some different standalone novels from Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. They also write standalones, the 2 authors, but they're mainly known for the Agent Pendergast series, which is phenomenal. I've read all of those books. I have them all on Audible as well. And I have some Richard Lehman, some standalone books here, Robert Parker. Alex North, Richard Preston. Then I have a bunch of Robert Ludlum up here. Born Supremacy, Born Identity. Definitely like to reread those again. So that's that shelf. So let's start on this shelf. So I took a bunch of books off of the bookshelves and kind of created its own, mainly hardbacks, but it spans across all three of these shelves, as you can see back in the back, to create kind of two spans here. Well, three actually, three spans across. So I got the ones up here, and I got the ones back there, and then I got these bookended ones in the front. So I've got basically three shelves across all these bookshelves just to create some space. But back here's Joe Hill collection. I've got all of the Robert Langland books up here and the two standalones from Dan Brown. I have my complete Wheel of Time books here. I'm really proud of that. Behind Harry is the Harry Potter box set. Then I have my John Sanford. Bunch of hardbacks up there. And I got a bunch of his paperbacks, all of the Prey series, plus the Kid in the Well series. As you can see, more more Prey books. And then I have a bunch of Stephen King hardbacks, as well as trade paperbacks and paperbacks from King up here, including the Bev Vincent Companions to the Dark Tower. I have those. I turned off the Christmas lights. They were just blaring out at you. And so that is all the books on top of these three shelves. Now we'll start over here. This shelf here. I have picked up a few 50-cent Batman comics. It was really cool. I'm not a huge comic person, but I've been seeing these for like next to nothing. And I figured, hey, I could use some kind of Batman in the background. So I got this one, Gotham Knights, number 27. But up here I have my Lawrence Block. I have all of the Matthew Scudder books, all the Evan, which are here, all of the Evan, and some in, no, yeah, some here, some there. Then all the Evan Tanner series, all of the John Keller Hitman series. Then I have majority of the Burglar series, the Bernie Rodenbar series here in hardback. I was able to find those at a used bookstore. I definitely want to start reading those again soon, probably in 2025. And then down here, that's that picture I got from Tessa. But I have some fantasy here. So I've got To Ride Hell's Chasm by Jenny Warts. I have the first three books in a huge 10-book series by her. I have The Sword of Kaigan. Definitely going to buddy read that next year. I have some Conan, my Conan collections, two of the three, my other one's on my desk. I have a Conan pastiche novel. I have Song of Ice and Fire. I have the Mistborn trilogy. And I have Elantris, which I've read, Warbreaker, and I have Trust by the Emerald Sea. Yes, I will get to Sanderson again. I definitely like his writing. He's very good. Then down below here, I got another Gotham Knights comic from Batman. Down below here, I have some more fantasy. I've got Tagana by Guy Gabriel Kay. I have the Fionavar Tapestry. I have three, and here's my Dandelion Dynasty, Ken Liu books, two short story collections, and here is all of Joe Abercrombie's works. Age of Madness trilogy, standalones, First Law trilogy, Shattered Sea trilogy. Then down here, Lord of the Rings omnibus collect. I have some standalone. I think that's the Donna Tartt book back there. I don't know why it's there. It needs to be down below. Organization. Then I have some Andy Weir. I have Ready Player One, two Ernest Cline books. A John Wyndham, The Day of the Triffids. Definitely want to check that out. Novelization of the Star Wars trilogy, Night Angel trilogy, standalone, Lies Locke Lamora, Canticle for Leibowitz, Similarian, Lord of the Rings trilogy. all my Neil Gaiman books. I don't have all of them, but I have a majority of them. And then down here is a bunch of kind of odds and ends. You can move that Donna Tartt book down here with the Secret History down here. But then some other books. Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, Code Talker, which I want to get to. Peace by Gene Wolfe I want to read. I read The God of Endings. That was a Carly pick. Some other Once and Future King. I want to read that. All the Pretty Horses by Cormac McCarthy. So yeah, just some odds and ends on this one. That is that shelf there. So now let's talk about my gray shelf, my middle shelf here. Here I have my Michael Crichton books. I don't have all of them, but I really enjoy Michael Crichton. I have 3 of the John Lange books out of the 8. I have them in the Hardcase Crime covers, which I prefer. The new ones are just not good. Blake Crouch books. I have read all of these except Abandon. Really good. I like Blake Crouch. Reminds me of Crichton a lot. And then down here, I have on the left, I have my Asaka books, the Assassins books. I have 2 of the 3 here. I have a couple standalone books, Murakami, iRobot, the Devil in the White City, Heinlein, which should be over by the sci-fi section. I have a bunch of Joe Nesbo, some standalones, plus books in the Harry Hole detective series. Then I've got a train in the background, if you can hear that. And I've got Elmore Leonard books. I really like Elmore Leonard. His writing is right up my alley. Moving down here, I have my 2 Joe Ide books that I really enjoy. Those covers, they're beautiful. I have the Mike Hammer series. Not all of it, but I have a bunch of it from Mickey Spillane and Max Allan Collins. And then I have the books in the Virgil Flowers series. I think a couple of them are up above, but I have all those books. And then down here, I have my David Baldacci collection. I have a bunch of his paperback books. Sorry, I was moving Rambo Harry down below. I really love Baldacci's writing style. He is a little bloated at times, but I think he's really good. Michael Connelly, I'm starting to collect some of the Bosch novels in preparation that I'm really going to like that series. So I've got some of them, and they're not all in order, but I've got the first couple, and I'm going to be reading Bosch next week. The first 5 books in the Longmire series by Craig Johnson, I'm really looking forward to those. Probably in 2025, I'll start reading those. I really enjoy those. I'm going to really enjoy those. I just can tell. I don't know what it is. Similar to the 87th Precinct series by Ed McBain, I just kind of can tell I'm really going to like it. And then last but certainly not least, down here we have Steve Berry books in the Cotton Malone series. I need to get back to it. I like Cotton Malone. And then a bunch of empty shelves, and there's Rambo Harry. So that is the middle shelf here. And then last, but certainly not least, I have all of Stephen King's books. More The Dark Tower over there on the right. I have all the Dark Tower novels. A bunch of hardback Stephen King books. If you know what 19 means, has a huge meaning. Everything's 19 in the Dark Tower. Then down here I have some Stephen King, and then I move into short story collections. I have a bunch of those, as you can see here. And then I move down here. I've got some other short story collections. I moved to Joe Hill over here because I really enjoyed the Full Throttle, so I'm going to read some more. And then I move in over here to the right. Over here I move it into some nonfiction. Middle, I got a few classics. And then I have an empty shelf, which is always a good thing because that means more books. But not anytime soon. So that is pretty much the shelf tour of the entire Kevin Toll Reads library. Give you a overarching picture there. But yeah. And go back around here. Yeah, those are the shelves. So I hope you enjoyed that. That is an updated bookshelf tour. I tried to break up the videos to keep it from being completely shaky and all over the place. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Thanks.